From the jungles of Burma to the islands of the Pacific, Japanese logistical vehicles quietly fought a war few people ever knew existed. During World War II, Japanese military transport ranged from standard trucks to heavy-duty haulers, forming the backbone of a vast but often overlooked supply system. The Type 94 truck Isuzu served as the standard military truck, transporting troops, ammunition, and essential supplies along poorly developed roads, becoming the foundation of Japan's mechanized logistics. The Toyota KB provided high mobility in China and Southeast Asia, well suited for temporary supply routes and dirt roads, while the Toyota KC was an improved variant designed to operate more effectively in harsh terrain and support frontline units. Earlier still, the Sumida M2593 emerged as one of Japan's earliest military vehicles, featuring multi-wheel drive to carry troops and cargo, laying the groundwork for later military truck programs. On a smaller scale, the Type 95 mini truck handled resupply duties at airfields, bases, and narrow urban areas where larger vehicles could not operate. Heavy transport demands were met by the Nissan 80 truck, a heavy-duty vehicle supporting rear-area bases and logistics hubs, while the Mitsubishi Fuso MC stood out for its reliability and ability to operate in climates ranging from extreme cold to tropical heat. The Toyota AE truck further reflected Japan's emphasis on durability, with a simple engine design and strong heat resistance that helped sustain supply operations across continental battlefields. For short-range resupply, the Mazda Type 97 truck proved effective thanks to its compact size on narrow village roads and in densely populated areas. When transport requirements exceeded the capacity of standard trucks, the Isuzu TX40 heavy truck was employed to move artillery and heavy equipment along main supply routes. At the peak of heavy logistics stood the Nissan 180 truck, the largest Japanese truck of the war, serving as a strategic backbone in key rear-area regions. Produced in large numbers and equipped with improved suspension for rough terrain, the Isuzu Type 97 truck became one of the most common military trucks, sustaining the daily rhythm of Japanese logistics throughout the conflict. Motorcycles also played a vital role. The Type 97 motorcycle was used for liaison, reconnaissance, and command duties, allowing officers to move quickly between dispersed units. The Type 100 motorcycle, an improved version, prioritized durability and fuel efficiency to maintain communications over long distances. For reconnaissance and route security, the Kurogane Type 95 recon car scouted supply routes and protected convoys in difficult terrain, while the Type 95 So-Ki armored car escorted convoys and defended supply lines against light threats such as infantry ambushes. The Type 97 light armored car was often assigned urgent logistical missions thanks to its speed and ability to reach frontline positions quickly. Supporting mobile units, the Type 92 combat car carried ammunition, spare parts, and critical supplies during long and flexible maneuvers. When wheeled vehicles could no longer operate effectively, tracked and half-tracked vehicles became essential. The Type 1 Ho-Ha half-track transported troops and supplies close to the front under light armor protection, while the Type 1 Ho-Ki half-track focused on payload capacity and artillery towing, operating near the front but avoiding direct combat. The Type 98 Row artillery tractor played a crucial role in hauling heavy guns through mud and mountainous terrain where wheeled vehicles could not function. The Type 97 Kaiha, converted from a tank chassis, enabled the delivery of ammunition and fuel directly under enemy fire. Originally designed for air defense, the Type 98 Tasse was later purposed to tow artillery and transport equipment, while the Type 98 Taha became an important tracked logistics vehicle in the later stages of the war as Japan faced a shortage of heavy trucks. The Type 89 medium tank supply variant reflected Japan's practice of repurposing obsolete tanks to carry ammunition under armor, and the Type 98 Taha APC was used to transport infantry and vital supplies in combat zones, protecting logistics assets in the most dangerous areas. Amphibious and landing vehicles were equally critical. The Type 2 Kami played an important role in amphibious logistics, carrying supplies directly from ships to shore on islands without ports. The Type 3 Kachi, a larger amphibious vehicle, transported greater quantities of supplies across rivers, swamps, and coastal waters, while the Type 4 Katsu was a purpose-built amphibious cargo carrier, serving almost exclusively in a logistics role and becoming a lifeline for isolated island garrisons. At sea, the Daihatsu landing craft moved troops, vehicles, and supplies from larger ships to landing beaches, while bamboo supply rafts, simple structures made from local materials, were used to quietly ferry supplies between small islands or across rivers when fuel and mechanized transport were unavailable. In the air, the experimental Oda OT-2M autogyro, produced only in very limited numbers, was tested for supply and liaison missions in areas without runways, while the Type 98 cargo glider allowed supplies to be delivered to isolated locations when land and sea routes were cut off. When mechanization was impractical, bicycle infantry units used bicycles to move quickly and carry light loads along narrow roads, proving especially effective in Southeast Asia. In rugged mountain regions, pack horses and mules transported ammunition, food, and equipment along trails inaccessible to vehicles. While in rural areas and flooded rice fields, ox-drawn carts provided a slow but reliable means of transport under conditions of fuel shortages and poor infrastructure. On damaged rail lines, railroad handcars enabled basic supply transport without locomotives, and when all surface routes were severed, submarine supply missions became the final option, delivering food and ammunition to isolated islands during the most desperate phases of the war. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos.